What is up, guys? Megasonic here with another episode review. This time is for Boruto episode 22, I believe. If the title says that, that means it's right. I checked it probably later on as I record this. I know I'm not the best person. But if you guys want to check out more videos, click the link down below, as well as subscribe and check out the other things. I do these weekly, as well as I do the Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super ones weekly as well. Now let's see whether or not this episode was really good. So this episode kind of starts out where it left off with like everyone finished fighting Shin and Sakura being captured, and pretty much if you read the manga you already know how this goes, but I'm not doing a review for you guys. I'm doing a review for like the people who don't read the mangas. This is like their first time seeing this. But anyway, let's get into like Naruto and Sasuke are just chatting around, and they're chatting about like what can this guy be from, what does he want, yada yada, all that jazz. But really, when you get into it, they explain that most likely the person who will be behind this is Orochimaru, which Sakura kind of proclaims that she has some idea of who that is, but does never met him. And JoJo tries to explain that it might be my dad, which okay. Comment down if you're annoyed with the Chocho jokes, because she's not funny. She's just not. It comes across as very, very like just bad. Like every time a guy walks into a room, she's like, "Is that my dad?" Like it was never funny in the manga. I wouldn't be surprised if they just cut the jokes short. But anyway, so they proclaim, as well as Sadara like tries to like call Sasuke out on his like attitude towards the situation, that he's not panicking because Sakura has been captured, and Sasuke kind of does the thing he likes to do, which give people a cold shoulder. He likes to tell them, "Oh yeah, keep your emotions and your mission different. Do not bring them together. I expect that better from you since you want to be a shinobi." And that kind of pisses Sadara off. And I feel like we're now seeing how Sadara, like in the anime, is proclaiming more about how Sadara feels to Sasuke. Whether in the manga, it felt more like she was indifferent to her father, but in the anime, she seems very much like she doesn't like his coldness. She enjoys someone like Naruto who's more open about his feelings, which is funny because Boruto makes out Naruto feels like he doesn't really talk to Boruto, which is not the truth. He tries, just Boruto doesn't listen. But anyway, getting to the next part, Sakura is talking to Shin. Shin has obviously had her at like knife point while the other clones. And I have to say this: the writers who I remember, sorry guys, tongue tied, but the writers, I feel like they did a poor job of making Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke very weak, because these are like the three strongest people in the entire world at this time. Sakura being literally one of the strongest female characters in the village, and you mean to tell me them stabbing her and her using her I forgot the name of the diamond jutsu. Her using that is not going to, like, she can easily just end the arc right now if she wanted to. But obviously she wants more information about him so they can at least like understand where he's coming from. So he kind of like uses a Shin clone, and she calls him out like, how can you use a child as a body shield and use a child for this and that? And he calls out like pretty much like it doesn't really necessarily matter. The whole family emotional thing, that does not matter. It just pushes people back. It's not meant to be used. Like it's rumor saying like it's pointless to be filled like that because he's just a clone. So it cuts to the opening, and I'm not gonna explain the opening because obviously that makes no sense. But it gets in more to we see Naruto and Sasuke run to Yamato, since Yamato's job right nowadays is to constantly survey Orochimaru and his endeavors, because Orochimaru is still Orochimaru. He obviously has a plan for something else, and I wouldn't think Yamato does a great job because he would obviously know more about Mizuki and everything about that kid and all the stuff that is happening. Like, he would know more about that in that regard. And plus, Orochimaru and everyone generally don't care. They know he's there. They just don't care. They kind of walk in and they run into Sugetsu and Jungo. We haven't seen them in a while. Sugetsu and Jungo looking nice and young, look unchained. Jungo got a nice little haircut. Looking fresh, bro. I see you. I see you. But anyway, they proclaim like, hey, we need to talk to Orochimaru. Orochimaru meets him there. It's like, hey, what's up? What I need to talk to you about? And they talk about Shin. So generally, Sasuke and he pretty much explains to Sasuke that Shin is part of the tissue from Danzo's arm from that one battle that he had. back in the original Shippuden series when Sasuke fought Danzo, the arm, because he looks like it, like he looks like the fucking arm if the arm became a person, which practically Orochimaru said that's what happened. And the Shin clone obviously went on its own and came infatuated with the idea of the Uchiha clan and proclaimed himself as Uchiha. So technically, he's not a real Uchiha. He is, but generally, he's made from I'm gonna say Senju cells because Senju cells are very like they have a really white texture because of the Zetsus. So, but Shin obviously cares more about like he proclaims himself as Uchiha, so he's not a real Uchiha. But then again, he has the Sharingan, so it's possible. It's just like it's not really in his DNA, but he can control the Sharingan, and he has millions of other. He has many like thousands of other clones that can do the same. Um, so he kind of explains like genetics and genes. Parallel to this is also the same conversation that Shin is having with Sakura about genetics and genes and just human condition in general. And I found this conversation actually very interesting between the two characters because this is something like you expect Evangelion to do and not like something like Naruto. Like they wouldn't get so deep into this. And it kind of does affect Sakura and Sada actually. Like Sakura obviously feels like that's not true. No human can really live like that. And Shin obviously says like that pushes people's like real evolution, their real like physical evolution back because of love and affection. And also the talking of Jean from Orochimaru kind of spooks Sada a little bit because he does proclaim that she looks more like Sasuke than Sakura, which really adds more to the pot. And I'll explain more because I wish the story went this route, but I'll explain at the end. Uh, so they talk about generally everything, and at least now they know they're gonna go push for it. So Sadara goes to go talk to Sugetsu, and is like, "Hey, yo, you used to know this woman, right?" And she showed a picture of Karen. He's like, "Oh, Karen? Yeah, yeah, that's Karen. She's not here right now. She's at another base." And he goes, yeah, can you do something for me?" And he goes, "Okay, what?" "I want to do a DNA test with her. Do you have any of her DNA?" And he's like, "What? Why?" He's like, "Because I think she's my mother." And Sugetsu obviously gets really scared and shocked about it. As in, like, what the fuck? Like, Sasuke and, like, her? Oh, of all, like, he's like, "I wouldn't put it past Karen, but Sasuke of all people? That's very interesting." So, Naruto is eavesdropping because he hears this conversation and hears her. He's like they do the test. Sadara is getting really nervous and scared, and then like Sadara, the test comes out and it says Karen is her mother, and it's just like a big bomb drop. And I'm like, "Ooh, that's interesting." And Naruto is like pissed because he's like, "God damn it, Sasuke, you fucking whore. Like, you cheated on Sakura, didn't you, you monster? And now she's taking care of the baby thing and it's hers. It's just so juicy." Suge- she's just like, Sugetsu's like, I didn't think this would affect you, but damn, I don't want, and he walks out the room and Naruto like calls him out like, "Yo, like, why would you do that to her?" And he's like, she asked, I gave it to her. It's not my fault. Like, I didn't know what she wanted for this information, but now she knows." And it's just like, whoa. And it's not, like, he's like, "Sasuke, goddamn it." So he obviously tries to calm her down. She's obviously just fucking pissed. Her Sharingan activates. She's just livid emotionally because she feels like everything she lived is a lie and that she should just leave. And Naruto talks to her and says like, "Do you really think Karen's your real mother? Like who took care of you? Who watched out for you?" And she keeps remembering Sakura, which is really wholesome. It's like, "Have you and Daddy ever kissed?" and all that stuff. Her childhood memories, and it really shocks to the core of her and makes her really think about it. And like it goes back to Shin and Sakura, and Shin, like, after doing surgery, Shin's like threatening Sakura, like, "Oh, now I could either use you to bring Sasuke to me because Sasuke doesn't deserve it." And Shin explains the reason why he wants to bring back the Akatsuki. He feels that peace doesn't do necessarily like evolve people like physically and power wise. And he says like conflict always pushes people. The Akatsuki were always a conflict around. So he feels that personally the Akatsuki's something that needs to be like brought back. And that's something I kind of think is very stupid because it's like The conflict is always going to matter. The Akatsuki's didn't really cause the conflict. It was also got to do with Black Zetsu, but generally humans are going to fight regardless. Even before Kaguya, there was fighting. So it's just like conflict's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. So him pushing for this like conflict situation makes no sense. And his obsession with Itachi really makes no sense too, because I think everyone knows Itachi's true intentions at this point. Like everyone has an idea what really happened with the Uzumaki, the whole not Uzumaki, the Uchiha situation with the Uchiha massacre. They kind of, I think it's common knowledge to everyone, especially the cast members. But it's just like, why are you like Akatsuki? Like Itachi was a double spy. Like he was a spy from the Elite Village for the Akatsuki's, sent by literally the third Okage. So it's just like, did you ever think of that dude? No, obviously that's not information that's given to him. He probably doesn't know that. So anyway, Naruto, he talks about how he's going to use her to pretty much just use that as bait for Sasuke, because he wants to kill Sasuke and destroy Sasuke because Sasuke killed Itachi. And obviously the dude does not know the real situation that happened behind that. But anyway, Sasuke and everyone, they're like, all right, let's go on ahead. Sasuke's Sharingan and Rinnegan activates again, and he's like uber duper powerful. And Orochimaru kind of proclaims what the fans are proclaiming, and it's just like, oh, we got to save Sakura. And then Orochimaru kind of says what we kind of say is like, she's probably dead already because she's trash. And Sasuke obviously proclaims like, don't disrespect my wife, which Sakura catches on, probably made her sway her ideas differently. And the episode kind of ends right there where they're going to go fight Shin for the final time. And when I give this episode a 4 out of 5 because it was very emotional. The dialogue and the writing was very good. It kept me interested. Like, as you're sitting there listening to it, it explains a lot more about two sides of the argument. Like, do you care more about instincts and emotions, or do you care about logic and knowledge? Like, do you look at everything logical, or do you look at it through emotion? And those two separate ideas, such as like Sadara's like whole personality towards her whole origin, is really interesting. And I actually have a theory. I actually have like an idea they should have did before, and not necessarily did this the way they're gonna go with it in the usual story. But I think they should have done this back when they wrote the story. Is I would like to have imagine this. Like, imagine if Sadara was a clone of Sasuke. And the reason for it was because Sasuke was sterile. That would be a lot more drama and interest, and I'll explain to you why. Sasuke. Imagine if you're being the last person of your whole kind, your whole clan, and you find out you can't have kids. You're steroid. I said steroid, but sterile. That's a very interesting plot point because now it makes Sasuke want to go to Orochimaru for medical help. And what if Orochimaru proclaims hey, I have cloned a dude with Uchiha since before. I don't know what happened to him, but I can clone you a daughter. Now, this is not true. This is actually a theory I want to push. But I would imagine that interesting. Imagine watching the same episode, and instead of finding out Karen was Sadara's mother, you find out that Sadara doesn't have a mother. That would be the bait and switch. And it will set a whole trial events for her character. I just think the whole clone idea will be a great thing, but obviously you can't do that now because this arc exists. So we're just going to have to go with wherever they say at the end of this arc. I'm not going to spoil that, but that's what's going to happen. So there we go, guys. That's my review. I give it a 4 out of 5. Like I said before, it's really good. The good writing, good storytelling. Obviously the drama was good. Generally, everything was good about this episode, but there was a few things it wasn't really that interesting with the combat because there was no combat at all. But 4 out of 5 is obviously because of the fact that I do feel like animation-wise, it kind of drops here and there, little itchy things. I mean, I know I'm kind of nitpicking, but you don't want to give it a full score when you see mistakes. A perfect score deserves a perfect episode. Now, guys, that's my review. If you guys like this review, I do this every week. If you want to see more, make sure you share this video and like it out, and also subscribe so you can get the the weekly reviews for both this and Dragon Ball Super, and as well as also we just hit over 150 subs, and I'm just proud of that. And I want to say thank you to all of you for supporting the channel. A lot of you guys are probably wondering where's the next Naruto, big Naruto video. I don't know. Should we do a Shinobi Showdown or should we do top 5 Naruto arcs. I'm not sure. I'll think about that. But anyway, I'm done. I got things to do. See you guys later.